The Spyro rumor mill begins to churn and turn as job listings begin to come out. Let's talk about it.
Whoa!
What's up guys, Canadian Guy here, and back with a Spyro video. As we begin 2020, rumors and leads are beginning to really tremor through the Crash Bandicoot fanbase as everyone looks to Vicarious Visions to see what they're going to do for the next Crash Bandicoot. But as those tremors are beginning to wave through that fanbase, even smaller but noticeable tremors are beginning for Spyro. It's small, but it is something to keep an eye on. See, Toys for Bob has recently updated their job section for new hires, and a few new jobs have popped up. Now, a bunch of these jobs are apparently for a top secret project made in the Unity engine, but they are also saying that it's not even a Toys for Bob project technically. So it might be possible that Activision is creating a sub-company based on some of the previous hires and veterans from Toys for Bob, but that's not what's important. What is important is that Toys for Bob has added multiple jobs that is meant specifically for the Toys for Bob studio. Q&A analysts and leads are some of the job openings they have available, along with 2 high-level and technical jobs. But how can we know that this would be for Spyro? Other than the Activision pattern that I have talked about endless amount of times on the channel, where multiple Activision studios run lead and support for these 2 IPs constantly, we know and can assume that Toys for Bob has been given the lead for Spyro. Now, as we had predicted, 2020 is likely the year of the new Crash game, which, so far, for the first time in a long time, has broken the Activision pattern in terms of the release and marketing. But I have a video breaking down a theory that I have for the new Crash game in 2020 in the future that might interest some of you. But the point is, Spyro, according to this pattern we have observed, would be coming out in 2021. Now, Spyro was made on the Unreal Engine. It pioneered this engine for Activision, and if we were to go and look at the more technical side of things when it comes to the job sections of Toys for Bob's site, we can see that 2 new jobs have recently been added, a senior technical artist and a lead engineer, both quoting that experience in the Unreal Engine is a requirement. To double down on this, if we were to look at the job listing for the senior technical artist, it says, quote, Toys for Bob is seeking an experienced, highly motivated, and enthusiastic senior technical artist to join our team. We are looking for a seasoned veteran who loves making games to take ownership of the art tools and pipelines as we build our next game using the Unreal 4. Bingo. We got confirmation that the next project that they are working on is for the Unreal Engine, which in my mind tells me that their next project that Toys for Bob is likely working on is the next new installment of Spyro. Now, I can feel some people telling me to pump the brakes. Wasn't there art leaked from Toys for Bob showing that they were working on the next Crash game? And didn't I say in a previous video that I think the next Crash game would likely be in the Unreal Engine? How can we be sure that these new hires are for Spyro and not for the new and upcoming Crash game? The answer is actually kind of simple. Vicarious Visions already has opened their applications for people to come publicly test their games at their New York Albany location, meaning that literally Crash Bandicoot 2020 would be coming into the last stretches of development if they're starting to get public eyes to come in and see. So let me ask you this, if Crash Bandicoot 2020 is in its last stretches of development, why would you hire a lead engineer at the end? On top of that, Vicarious Visions is the one leading the charge on development. Why would they hire a lead engineer for the support team at this point of development on literally the opposite side of the country? Doesn't make much sense, does it? But remember how I mentioned Q&A analysts? Let's rewind back to that. Q&A, or quality assurance players, go through the different prototypes of the game. As they play through, they find and report bugs, balance issues, and general problems with the prototype of the game that they are playing. Walls might clip, enemies may not work, and a whole bunch of bugs may affect these prototypes. Here's the thing, if you're hiring people for Q&A, that means that there has to be a game to play for them to test, which makes me think that Toys for Bob is in full swing production of this new game, which means the levels have been chosen, their designs have been picked, and the story is written. And all the pre-development stuff is done, and there is an actual prototype to play. Now, of course, levels can get cut, stories can get rearranged, but the whole point is that the pre-production is now done, and they are likely in full swing production now. Which tells me that, like we had stated in multiple videos before, that Spyro will likely be coming in 2021. Which I'm super excited for because this would have given Toys for Bob 3 years of development time, which is much longer than what both Reignited and Insane had gotten, which in general will likely yield a bigger, more polished game. Another thing I want to mention quickly, because I know people are going to go in the comments section below and talk about it, this is highly unlikely another remake. Activision did say that they want to look at their catalog of games for more remakes, but they also had mentioned that the games that they have already released, like Crash and Spyro, that they are already looking to innovate and create new experiences within those IPs. So this will likely be a brand new Spyro game, not a remake. Sorry, Legend and Heroes Tale fans, but I want to know what you guys think. Are you excited to get back to playing the Purple Boy hopefully next year? Comment below and let me know. A huge thank you to all those who support the channel through Patreon and being a sponsor on the channel. If you'd like to help it out, check out the links in the description below, where you can buy some CGE merch or become a Patreon. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming and nostalgic content. Thank you so much everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next video.